This is my second attempt at getting these cucumbers to grow. First time I had them in this planter over here, and the planter doesn't have good drainage, so the roots rotted, and so all these leaves just got really damaged, like it looked really horrible. But anyway, now I separated, and I started this one off in the same bucket, and then you can tell that it didn't look right. Plants were wilting badly even though they were watered, but I figured out that the roots didn't have enough room, so I separated them into these buckets, and they have holes in the bottom, of course, for drainage. 5-gallon buckets, I believe. And anyway, now we got these cucumbers, got some flowers blooming. I'm gonna have to probably self-pollinate these. This is a male right here, and I'm gonna use this male to pollinate these females, and I'll show you what the female looks like. Where's the at? Here's one. This is a bad one though. You can see that's a female, but the flower is gone, so that's gonna probably die off. So I try to catch that before that happens. Try to pollinate it with the male. So you take this male, you pull these petals down to expose the middle, and then you push it inside of the females. If I can find a good one, do it. Alright, trying to pollinate this female here. I got a male. You can see that I pulled the things back, the petals back. Try to put it inside there and tap it in a little bit. Just tap, 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 and that should be good. So I gotta clean off some of these leaves, especially the ones that are touching the soil. They start getting discolored and infected. So cut those off. Cut the one down here off. There's one back here. Put this down. So these cucumbers like holding on, because it's more like a vine, so they like holding on to a trellis or something to grow onto, and then they grow long ways, grow up, but they need this to hang on to. So when it was a lot smaller, I just kind of started it off one of these vines in the bottom. That way it was able to grab on and move up this trellis here. So this trellis kind of got all the pieces from those. Got these green poles. Kind of put them together with these little plastic ties. Got these lizards everywhere. Anyway, and then I got this chicken wire, tied them down. But these cucumber plants like crawling up things like a vine, so these trellises are really good. Goes all the way up to the top. These definitely work really good. But as you can see, a lot of these females, I think they're dying off because they ain't pollinate quick enough. So they're like shriveling up here. Got a couple of them that look like that. There's one right down here, shriveled up. I don't think it's going to continue to grow, probably just die off and shrivel up. There's another one, perfect one right there. There it is. That's what happens when you don't get to pollinate them fast enough. They kind of shrivel up. But otherwise, not looking bad. Last time I did this, I got one cucumber when it grew up to be pretty big, but then the whole thing ended up dying off because I had no drainage after a while. but the cucumber was hiding behind these big old leaves, so I always like to check real good. So in part 2, we're gonna try to show y'all what these look like when they start really growing, especially that one right there, since we just pollinated that one. Just gotta remember where it's at. Then so next video, part 2, I'll try to show y'all what it looks like when it starts to grow and not get shriveled up.